A few years ago, consultants suggested if patrolling the streets of Nanaimo to keep people in step with parking rules was done internally, and a couple of other factors were integrated, it could result in cost savings over time.
The area is actually quite large. It goes from Comox Avenue basically to Esplanade and from Milton Street to the waterfront. And within that area, we've got in excess of 900 parking spaces. The basis for the consultant's report was to determine what we're doing, how we're doing it, and can we do it better. And it was identified that we can improve. For the last several years, probably going on 20 years, Robbins Parking has been involved in the enforcement on a contract basis for the city. And they provided a good service, and the consultant took a look at all aspects of what they do, how we could do it within house, what the cost implications are. And as it turned out, the study identified that it will cost a little bit more to implement this and run it within house, but over time it would be a wash, and we'd be able to incorporate that ambassadorial role that is wanted by the public. There's a security component as well that in the downtown we've contracted out a on-street walking security patrol. And with our new service, we plan on incorporating the ambassadors, the security, and the enforcement all in one.
The Community Policing and Services Office on Victoria Crescent is where the 3 city enforcement personnel, a department manager, and a clerical person will operate out of, which will make it more of a center for public safety operations and enforcement.
It's not a office designed to take payments for fines and such. It's more the administration of the program, and all the enforcement personnel work out of that office as well.
The city says an increased presence of uniformed bylaw enforcement officers will also create a sense of security for patrons of the downtown area. And the officers will have the capacity to resolve some issues on the spot.
An example would be one year we had flower baskets that were covering signs, and it would be not in our best interest to have that go to court because, of course, there's a defense. So we would be able to deal with those types of issues right on the street corner.
The city has already implemented other recommendations from the OPUS report, including standardizing the length of time you're able to park on the streets.
We had 1 hour parking, we had some 2, some 3, some 4, and it really didn't make any sense. There could have been a good reason at the time that there was a 15-minute zone in, but the business that was there a lot of times has up and moved. So now we're left with a short-term parking space in a residential zone that's not really required. So we looked at all that, we assessed it, we changed them, and for the most part I think it's working quite well.
New rules also apply to a few streets around the university, and Davidson says a review of the Nanaimo Regional Hospital Zone is likely to follow. In Nanaimo for The Daily, I'm Annette Lucas.